Hi, I'm Kyle from the Shift Open Finance community, and today I'm joined with Jaco from Doshi, who's one of our amazing Shift Plus members. So let's jump straight into it. So,
Absolutely.
Doshi, what do you do? What problems do you solve? And how do you kind of fit into this market?
So I guess you can think of Doshi as the Duolingo of finance, with the exception that we work through banks rather than go direct to consumer. We solve the problem of financial literacy, or we're trying to, which we believe is one of the biggest problems out there to to be solved, really. Most people get to my age without even knowing how to do a solid budget, let alone investing, what to do with their extra income when they go into professional life and find themselves already kind of joining that workforce. So we're trying to make people better financial citizens.
That's amazing. And that's something I'm personally very passionate about. I don't know if you know, but I have a small little Kyle Finance Tips page because so many people back in school used to ask me so many questions. And at that point, I was like, is this not simple by now?
Right.
But Doshi, I was using it on the way here on the train just so I remembered how to use it. And it's so simple. I mean, mine is a very boring web page that you'd have to flick through. And it's even though the information is out there, it's not in an accessible way. And Duolingo for financial education is a perfect way to put it. It's simple swipes and it's simple lessons that just get the message across effectively.
Absolutely. And you're actually touching on a very important point, in my opinion, which is even though the information is out there and it's very easy to find, most people don't go out of their way to try to find it. And the reason is money is a very stressful subject for most people. Unlike Duolingo, when you're learning about a language, you know where you're going to be at the other side of that, right? You're going to be able to speak Spanish, Portuguese, whatever it is. When it comes to money, most people need a nudge because they don't know that at the end of that journey, they'll have a better family life. They're going to feel less stress in their lives and all of these benefits that come with money skills, right? So we are strong believers that people need a nudge that can come from the UX, from gamification. We also help banks offer rewards and benefits to users to also help nudge education. And absolutely, I think that's a necessity.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it as well. Knowing you'll get something out the end of it.
Yeah.
And I think I read a stat. It was yesterday. Research done by Klarna said about 35% of people will never talk about money. They'll actively avoid not mentioning it to friends, not mentioning it to family, even if they are having issues themselves and they are in debt. They won't speak about it. So it's awesome the mission you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely.
And what made you join Shift? What made you come over here, and how did you guys kind of get first involved?
Yeah, it was you guys. You guys are great. I mean, really, you guys are great. Just the intangible value of you being there to help and to provide advice, that's been amazing. But obviously, the network that you guys have has been absolutely a deal maker in our relationship with you guys. You've helped us make contacts with TSB, which we're working very closely with right now to try to get a pilot off the ground. We've also gotten quite a few other contacts that really love the proposition. It's not only really the network, but the connection that you make has been made in such a way that puts us in the best light, and that has been absolutely brilliant.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much. And again, that TSP roundtable is something we're particularly proud of because normally how it'd be the online applications to a team, it's quite impersonal. You have to read on the page and it's almost like reading a finance page. It can get a bit boring after a while. But if you're listening to the person, and the roundtable we tried to set up so you guys could speak directly to the team, it was amazing to see you guys pitch, and it's no surprise you got onto the TSP panel. 2024, we're now in January. What are your aims for this year? I also saw you just posted about Eagles Labs, Barclays Eagles, so something exciting going on there, but it'd be good to hear it from you.
Lots of things, lots of exciting things. Obviously, I'm the Chief Product Officer, so I can talk best about product. And there's quite a bit that we're doing in that front. So what we found is our biggest value to customers is to be able to provide highly qualified leads. And I think that comes from the beauty of content marketing. I think we provide very valuable content through microlearning, which is very appealing to people. And I think when as a company you position your value your value or you offer value rather than a call to action to buy something, to become a member, to check out my website or my brand, you put yourself in a much better position to get people in the right point in their lives when they're willing and able to make contact with you. So one of the things that we're working on very strongly this year is performance marketing, hand in hand with our clients, to make sure that we take them to valuable content in the right time for the users, understand them better through the surveys that we already have embedded in our content, and then turn them into qualified leads by putting their call to actions at the end of offering that value, which is talking to an advisor from the companies, or filling up the form that will somehow bring value back to them as well.
Brilliant. And that's not only benefiting them, that's benefiting me for learning as well. I'm getting those points which I can spend on the providers as well. That's amazing. So not only am I getting the financial education at the end, I'm also picking up some rewards, Amazon vouchers or charity donations along the way. That is amazing. And with Shift Plus, so you joined a few months ago now. Panise is your amazing success manager. We love Panise. Yeah. Now, how do you feel, apart from TSB, we've already mentioned that, but how do you feel like we've helped you already previous year, and as you go into 2024 with your ambitions and your aims and objectives, how do you think we'll be able to support you in this year?
I mean, you mentioned Panise. I think Panise has been great. We bounce ideas off of her quite a bit, and it's great. That is definitely going to be a huge value add. I mean, these partnerships that you make to create these wonderful opportunities to get the message across are also huge, and we believe it's going to be a huge value add for us as well. We've already been speaking to you guys about network and other opportunities. We're also diversifying a little bit from building societies and credit unions into other types of potential clients. And surprisingly, because this is your main area, but surprisingly, you've had so far a lot to offer on that front as well, which has been great. So the outlook for 2024 with you guys is
awesome. Yeah, it's quite exciting because obviously we're set up and kind of fueled by Woodhurst, and their speciality is the building society, small bank sector. But as Shift and now Woodhurst as well, we've continued to grow through the FinTech Champions community into the tier ones as well. So that's NatWest, that's Lloyds, that's TSB. So yeah, we hope to provide value there as well. Absolutely. But we definitely love working with you because, as I said, I'm super passionate about it. The more banks we can get Doshi into, that's the more people that can benefit from this education, and that makes daily finances and daily life a lot easier for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And so Doshi is very much a facilitator of the financial market. You're allowing people to use innovations in a better way. But if we were to look at the whole financial services industry over this next year, over the next 5 years, what innovations are most exciting you, and what do you think is going to really make that difference to consumers?
I personally, I'm particularly excited about things that facilitate user knowledge and hyper personalization. We've been working really hard ourselves to tap into that. Basically, I think it goes very much into Gen Zs and how they consume technology. Things need to be tailored for people, rather than you teaching somebody about investment by reading a generic article. What can you tell me about my ability to invest from what you know about me, my finances, my expenses, my income, and so on and so forth? Obviously, open banking, which is not news, is a huge part of that. But I think there are quite a few other innovations that will allow us and other players to hyper-personalize content in a way that really, really brings value. Yeah. That is more coaching and less monologue or less academic in nature.
Well, it comes back to that point again of a personal finance page. Not everyone, even though the information is out there, they don't read it. You already have an AI assistant, so is it Helpful Fred or
Finn?
Helpful Finn. Sorry, yeah, it starts with
absolutely.
Yeah. That's already going into that personalization sector, and that's amazing. And I'm not sure how relevant this is to Doshi, but as Shift, we were set up with the ambition to progress the open finance agenda in the UK. And open finance, we believe, is going to be so helpful for consumers, because what we currently have with open banking, they can see their banking data from multiple current accounts in one place.
Yeah.
But current accounts is only one part of this view. Your pension, your investments, your savings account outside of that are so crucial to understand your whole financial picture.
Absolutely.
And how do you believe Doshi might be able to help with that? Because once a consumer can see all their accounts, I understand there's a lot more knowledge that needs to be backed up behind that. Seeing your accounts is one thing, but knowing what to do with that information is another.
So we say it in a bit of a funny way, but it's somewhat true that companies have 5-year visions, 10-year visions, or some of them have even 20-year visions. We like to say that we have 80-year vision, in the sense that the way that we see that particular subject is that we want to make financial coaching, financial education a lifelong journey for people. And you mentioned that through open banking, there's so much to tap into to help people in all parts of their lives, right? Yeah. From your first checking account, of course, all the way into retirement. That's an 80-year journey. And we want to be part of that journey throughout, because financial education is not about one thing. It's not about one skill, and it's not a talent that you're given or not given. It's a journey, and it fluctuates, it mutates, and technologies come around, and you have to change your skills, and you have to find different jobs. Job market is a huge part of it. Investment is a huge part of it, but that also fluctuates and shifts. Tastes for different kind of investments are always changing, and the journeys are not only different from person to person, but they're different for yourself across your life. Yeah. And so that journey within open banking and within the specific situation of every individual is what we want to be part of throughout the 80 years of their lives.
That was an incredible answer. That moved me a little bit. The way I feel now Doshi will support me throughout my life. When I need to start worrying about pensions, maybe I should already be worrying about pensions, but knowing that I will have the support and knowledge I need throughout that journey. Awesome. And it would be good to wrap up. So the people listening here, have I missed anything about Doshi? How can they get involved? How can they support you in this ambitious year?
Absolutely. There are a number of ways that people can get involved. Obviously, banks, financial institutions, fintechs that care about financial literacy should get in touch, because that's what we're here for. But just people in general. I'm a product guy. I'm always looking to improve the product. Feedback is always absolutely amazing. That's why we have a version of Doshi that's available for everybody, that is not sponsored by any bank, but it's just sponsored by us, and that's just to gather knowledge about how to make things better. So that can help, and obviously the journey of an entrepreneur is always a roller coaster. So the more the merrier, and to build a community of people trying to help each other, reaching out, sharing about their own experiences, that also helps. So just I would say that would be the main thing.
Exactly. We love that as well, connecting founders to founders and having that community vibe. So we hope to see you, and we hope to see as many of you at one of our events soon. But thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.